Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something. Those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities. There is a life and there is a death, and there are beauty and melancholy between. Don't think money does everything, or you are going to end up doing everything for money. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. Man is an animal that makes bargains. No other animal does this. No dog exchanges bones with another. The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. Beautiful days do not come to you, you must walk towards them. Growing old is like being increasingly penalized for a crime you haven't committed. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. He who thinks great thoughts often makes great errors. Man is condemned to be free because once thrown into the world, he is responsible for everything he does. If you love somebody, let them go, for if they return, they were always yours, and if they don't, they never were. If some peoples pretend that history or geography gives them the right to subjugate other races, nations, or peoples, there can be no peace. There is nothing more unequal than the equal treatment of unequal people. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. All human actions have one or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsions, habit, reason, passion, desire. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusions destroyed. The unexamined life is not worth living. Happiness depends upon ourselves. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. The key to immortality is first living a life worth remembering. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. To live is to suffer, to survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. In the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world, and the world at large. The mind is everything, what you think you become. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. The secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. The mind is everything, what you think you become. It is better to be hated for what you are, than to be loved for what you are not. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. What you think of yourself is much more important than what others think of you. Two things awe me most, the starry sky above me, and the moral law within me. Be good, but never waste your time to prove it. There are no beautiful surfaces without a terrible depth.